Hello everyone, I'm the whiskey enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have something different, something I've not done before, but hopefully maybe you'll enjoy it or you'll just please indulge me in this. So recently I was in Scotland. It was a family trip. My brother came over from New York and met with my parents and everything. So it was more of a family trip, but I did, being the whiskey fiend that I am, I did sprinkle some distilleries and some tastings and some cheeky bar visits wherever I can. And I realized I tasted 74 new whiskies within a span of 6 days. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. No, but it was exciting. I am excited about trying new things. About 13 to 15 of them were new make spirits or maturing spirits, but I've tried 74 different whiskeys, new ones for me. So I just wanted to take you over the journey that I had within the 6 days, where I had it. So it might be like some kind of an informational guide as well if you happen to be at those locations, and kind of a voyeurism. So let's see if you'll enjoy it, and I'll talk through them and I'll add the photos on the edit part. Obviously, I didn't take them like landscape. Most of them, it's for mostly for Instagram and for my memories. But bear with. I think it will be a nice visual kind of journey, and I'll voice over it. And stealing a page from Jeff, I have a mystery dram from my Port of Leith. Wow, that light is really bad. There you go. Port of Leith Glass, a distillery I visited as well. Spoiler, it's not theirs. They don't have whiskey yet, but I did try 2 of their new makes, which I'll talk about as well. So I'll sip on this and I'll tell you what it is at the end of it. Okay, let's start our journey. So first night, we arrived at the Gleneagles Hotel, and they have this bar called the American Bar. And it won I think top 10 in the world's 50 best bars or something. Really cool place. So if you go, do visit it. And I was looking for some stuff. They have a nice whiskey menu, and whatever I picked seemed to have run out. So they were a bit sheepish about it. And thankfully they came a few things and said, would you like to try this? Would you like to try that? And the first dram I had was a Tullibardine 25 on the house to see if I like it. And it's their local distillery. It's so close to them, literally like 6-minute drive. So that was Tullibardine 25, which was a beautiful dram. But chill filtration and low ABV really makes it suffer. So I wouldn't go back to it. I certainly wouldn't pay money to drink it. But it was nice. Thank you guys for giving me that. That was a treat. My second dram, which I picked, was a Paloma. It's an independent bottler from Italy. So I only know Samaroli. This is the first time I had this one. It was a 13-year-old Ardmore, matured in Palo Cortado cask. Beautiful, absolute beautiful dram. I was so happy to try this. And if I find any more Palomas, I'll probably give them a shot. So I think I should have done this research, but I think Paloma is the series of the independent bottler. They have another one as well, but let's see. Let me know if you know anything. Then we went over to the to the main bar with my brother. So Gleneagles Hotel have bottled 4 whiskeys this year in 2023, past year in 2023 for their outdoor excursions, and one of them was a 27-year Tobermory for the horse riding experience. Beautiful whiskey. The shooting experience was a Imperial closed distillery, 26 years of age, amazingly waxy character, super honeyed, really nutty. It was my favorite of the night. I absolutely loved that. The other one was an 11-year-old Royal Bracla for the fishing. It was decent. It was good, as a Royal Bracla could be. It was straightforward but good. I did enjoy it. And then a 14-year-old Kulila. This is for falconry expedition. If you like Kulila, you like Kulila, right? It was really good. So then the next day, we went over to Deanston to do the warehouse number 4 tasting. Deanston's visitor center was not, it was going under renovation, so we couldn't visit it, but They had it in their offices and they were incredibly accommodating, so we could try everything there as well. So we had the Chronicles Edition 2. This was in the shop, and I bought that bottle as well. So you see it behind me? No, I thought it was behind me. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, oh yeah. 1 second. There you go. This one. I might do a review of this, but this is what I got. Well, my brother got it for me as a gift. Thank you, Altu. Then we had the 2002 Port Cask finish one, which was nice. It was nice, sweet, but nice. And then we went to the warehouse. Warehouse tasting was, we had 3 casks drawn directly from the casks. We had the 2004 Amontillado, 2012 Red Wine Hogshead, and the 2012 Portuguese Lepanto Butt. And all of them were, so I'll put some photos in there, but I'll do a more Deanston distillery review when I do my Deanston distillery reviews, or sorry, my distillery reviews. I'll put more of that, but all drawn from the cask. They were beautiful. Lepanto was my favorite, so I bought a bottle of that as well. Again, my brother bought a bottle for me as a gift. Thank you. Then we tried the Winter Festival 2023, which was also a very, very nice dram. But out of all the 3 in the shop, Chronicles Edition 2 was my favorite. Then we returned to Gleneagles for a nice dinner, but pre-dinner I had their other bottling, which this is their 3rd and final edition. They do with Glenturret. This is their local distillery as well. They're so close to so many distilleries. And this was an 11-year-old bottled for their hotel with their glass. I'll put the photos obviously there. You'll see. It was a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. I do like Glenturret. And at dinner, we had the Glover. They had a nice whiskey bar at the restaurant Andrew Farley. And Dale, the maitre d', was really helpful. He knew his whiskeys as well as his food. So the Glover, I've never heard of this one before, but it's Chichibu and an American blended malt. What? And as you would expect, it was amazing. That was my first Chichibu. I've never had Chichibu before. Hopefully next year in London Whiskey Show maybe, or at some point I'll come across one. But yeah, it was a beautiful dram. And I couldn't find it anywhere in Edinburgh. But if you can, I highly recommend that. Yeah, great, great. And look at that glass. It's pretty, isn't it? Very pretty glass. Then we drove over up to Braemar to stay at Five Arms. Five Arms Hotel, as maybe you know it, has Bertie's Whiskey Bar, which is just an absolute amazing place. Has at that point had 469 bottles or something. And I'll do another Bertie's review. Let me just... I'll do another Bertie's review because I got their Five Arms bottle. I'll do it at that. But a crazy, crazy place. One of the best whiskey bars I've been. So we went to Five Arms, and at their bar, the pub, the Flying Stag, I had the Five Arms single cask Dalhuane 14-year-old. It was beautiful. It was amazing, but the bottle was £265, so I couldn't buy that. But it was a delight to try. And then I had the Arran 10 cask strength, which was Masters of Distilling Edition 1. I've not had that before. I had the Edition 2, which I really like. That's 12 years Paula Cortado. This one is 10 years age and ex-bourbon. And after that, we went to Five Arms. We went to Bertie's bar with a tasting with Angus. Incredible person, like knows everything about whiskey. So his lineup for us was a 5-year-old Tormore from the 70s, which was just for the Italian market, which is amazing. Like everyone loved it. It was 40% ABV, but such an incredible thing to drink. Then we had the Barry Bros and Rudd Milton Duff, a 12-year-old one. Yeah, is it 12-year-old? Yeah, a 12-year-old one. Good, it was good. It was all right. It wasn't my favorite. Then the Torraveg Altglen batch strength. I was really curious about that, and my God, it was delicious. Torraveg is doing good stuff. I think it's what Talisker used to be. Obviously different characters, but not so different. It's really nice. And the last one was a Tomintoul Cigar Malt Oloroso cask matured. I think you know that I don't like Oloroso, but this one was so sumptuous, so succulent. It was just an incredible mouthfeel. I really, really enjoyed that one. So a really good pick. And then my parents left, and me and my wife, we stayed back and we tried stuff. You know, they have whiskies that cost 2,500 pounds for 3 CLs or 2 CLs, 500 pounds, 1,200 pounds, so expensive stuff, really rare stuff, but they're happy to have you smell them, nose them. So that's an experience at least. So we had a Kneen new make spirit, 63.3% ABV. I'm really into my new makes. I really like to taste them. So this was my first new make of Kneen. And yeah, here's this Macallan that we smelled, and Samaroli Karzua, just incredible. This Glenmorangie Truffle Oak is incredible. It's technically illegal. It's a 26-year-old one. And they cut the oaks down in the German forest, the truffle oaks. They did a few, I think 2 casks. They matured the whiskey there, and then the rules and regulations changed, and they said that you can't mature. They're endangered, and you can't use them. So they had to like destroy the remainder of the casks. So there's only finite amounts, but what was it? It was like 860 pounds for 3 CLs. Yeah, I would have liked to taste it, but I don't have that kind of money. So if you'd like to become a member to my channel and donate me 860 pounds, I can go back and try this for science. Yeah. Anyway, guys, continuing. I had this Glencadam 87 because that's my birth year, and we went to Scotland for my birthday, so that was apt. Really pretty whiskey, really pretty whiskey. I'll never find it again, but I enjoyed it. The 40% ABV didn't really matter. I find like with old whiskeys, if it's underpowered, it doesn't necessarily feel as underpowered as the modern counterparts do. Okay, moving on. Then we had the Kneen single cask refill bourbon. It was picked by Matt Thomas, I want to say Matt Thomas. Yeah, Matt Thompson. No, last name doesn't, well, I can't remember, but Matt, who works at Bertie's Bar. And he picked his own cask, and young spirit, refill bourbon. You would think it's going to be harsh. It was just so velvety, creamy. I mean, it just shows you the guys at Bertie's know their stuff. Angus is like this machine, this computer. You ask him something, he just gives you the details and everything. Like, he knows everything. And Matt's like really meticulous as well. So thank you, Bertie's. Then we went to Royal Lochnagar Distillery. Not a distillery on my radar. I only had the 12 before, and the distillery exclusive batch 1 before. So we went to Royal Lochnagar Distillery. I'll do a separate distillery review. Pretty place, very pretty. So there we had 4 whiskeys and a new make. Not a lot of distilleries give you their new make, but they did at the Royal Lochnagar, and it was nice. It was a nice new make. So we had the Royal Lochnagar single cask 11-year-old, which was sold for, it's like bottle your own thing. It was expensive. Then the distillery exclusive batch 2, then number 12, and then a 22-year-old cask sample. So it was maturing, well, still maturing. They didn't bottle it, so you can't really get it out. But it was so different from all the other Royal Braclas. I'll get back to it later on. And for my birthday, they gave me Wee Blue Label. Then back to Bertie's again. The Old Particular Tobermory 12. It was okay. It wasn't what I expected. It was all right. You know, it wasn't like any other Tobermory. I didn't connect with it that much. My wife had the 27-year-old Port Dundas single grain. Beautiful, beautiful. Old single grain is something different, and it was her first single grain. She absolutely loved it. And then Angus, the gentleman that he is, for my birthday, he gave me a 27-year-old Lafroig as a gift. Like, not the bottle, but the dram. So thank you, Angus, again. Then this Mortlach Signature Vintage was just a delight. It's still on sale, guys, this one. This is the 2012 one. I think there's a 2008 as well. And it's not that expensive, so I would highly recommend this one. Then the Benroma Wood Finish Sassicia or something. This is Italian Tuscan wine. And I don't know why I did that. I was just curious about trying a different Benroma. But I don't like Tuscan red wine finished whiskeys. It gives me a weird lactic funk. And I'm all for lactic funk, but not this style. I'm not enjoying this. Then we went to Edinburgh. Edinburgh, one of the first stop was Bow Bar, and this is Glentoker's 2009. And yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I'm not going to say it was the best whiskey ever. Compass Box Hedonism 2024. I think this is the last batch. I think they're going to stop now. I've never had this one, but my God, beautiful, beautiful whiskey. The Hedonism is amazing. I did a review of the original Hedonism. I'll put the link up there. Then Glen Scotia 12, The Mermaid. I was curious about this one. And yeah, it's a really good whiskey, guys. It's one of the newer releases and it is pretty. I would recommend that. It's, what is that? It's also Palo Cortado. Yeah, Palo Cortado, Glen Scotia. It does work. Continuing from Bow Bar, we went at the Torreveg Knockmamoin or something. It's hard to read, but more sherry influenced and more smoky Torreveg. It was really good. So I'm really getting into my Torrevegs. I really enjoyed that. This one, the Lag Corey Cravey. Now, I didn't think I would like this because it's Oloroso, but God, Lag Kilmary was my whiskey of the year in 2023. I'll put the link up there. But this one is really good as well. I really enjoyed that. Jeff recently did a head-to-head between Kilmary and Corey Cravey. He preferred the Kilmary, I think, but both incredible whiskeys. So then, next day, we went to Port of Leith Distillery before having our lunch. And it's a pretty cool distillery. I won't be able to do a separate distillery review of Port of Leith. I didn't do the tour. I just went up to the bar and had the fire water tasting, which is, as you can imagine, is a new make spirit tasting. It's a nice video. Then there's me, and yeah, there's me again. And this is the lineup that we did. So we had a monkey shoulder, fresh monkey, 40%. Obviously very tasty, very relaxed. Interesting because it's a blended malt, so it's probably the blended new make of the 3 distilleries they use. Then Port of Leith has 2 new makes. As you can see on detail, B1 and B2, they're both at 63, not 63.5 industry standard, but 63. One of them is Norwegian ale yeast, and the other one is Belgian ale yeast, which is, they had very, very different tastes. Honestly, it was so different. Then we have the Nicneen New Make Spirit at 63.6% ABV. So I've ended up having tried 2 different new makes for Nicneen. And Port of Leith is a cool distillery. It's the first vertical distillery in Scotland, and it's right next to Royal Yacht Britannia, and it's in actually the Port of Leith, and it's surrounded by like these ships and the port. It's pretty cool location. It's really high up. Then we had our lunch. At lunch, I had Dalhuane 16 Flora and Fauna. I've not tried that one before. Next to my cheese plate. I don't have a photo of that, but it was pretty good as well. Then my brother and I, my parents were done at this point for any kind of whiskey anymore. So my brother and I, we went to Holyrood Distillery, which I was really excited about. So we did the Stills and Staves quick tasting and tour. It's a small place anyway. So Alex was showing us just the whiskey making process. So we had their new Ambre, their new release. It's peated, 43% ABV. It's really cool, really nice. Then we had 1 new make spirit and 1 maturing spirit. I had all of their new makes. I'll do a different Holyrood distillery video, so I'll show you that. But they are doing crazy things with new makes, so it's incredible. Then I tried the Arrival with some beer up their bar, a really cool place as well. Alex was explaining about the Arrival. And at the Port of Leith tasting, we'll try this as well. Beautiful, look at that, beautiful bottle. Got that little, that's their logo. I got the little hat. Obviously it's not a hat, but you make too much noise. And then, you know, it's a really good whiskey. I really enjoyed it for a 3-year-old. It's pretty good. Then Alex, the gentleman that he is, I was talking about the Annandales I saw in the back bar. I've never tried Annandale before. He's like, yeah, whatever, man. Have a shot, have a shot. So the peated one, Manor Swords and Manor Words, really good as well, really good. Annandale is an expensive distillery. The whiskeys are expensive, but I can see why. It's craft presented, really pretty. I would recommend it. I would recommend it. It's SDR and red wine, and yeah, pretty good. Then we went to Tipsy Midgie, right next door. Pretty cool place, recently opened and is making waves. I really had my eye on the Lockleaf 5. It was on my list. I wanted to try it. I did. It is young, but it's promising. I did the Lockley showdown there, so I put the link up there. So it's pretty good. It's really good. Then I tried the Bruichladdich 18, which again, another new released whiskey. I mean, I can't fault it. It's incredible. 160, 150 pounds. Is it worth it? It's up to you, but there's nothing bad I can say about this whiskey. It was incredible. Then I tried the Glen Scotia Campbelltown, the 9-year-old. This is the new one. And at that point, I don't think they were allowed to open it or sell it because it was just arrived. And the lady who was working there asked the owner, name escapes me, he's a character. And he said, yeah, go ahead, you know, they're fine, they can drink. And, you know, I think he saw, this is the great thing about whiskey bars, if they find a real enthusiast, I'm not bragging, but, you know, if people like us, the geeks, they really geek out themselves and they give you like stuff, so it's pretty cool. Brings me to this Daffmill 2006. So not the first one, but the second one. It's really hard to find, really expensive. But I was like, you want to try this? Have you tried the 2006? I said, no, I think the 2011 summer batch I tried, or winter. I said, try this. So it was incredible of him to do so. But my problem with Tipsy Midgie, I really enjoyed the tasting. I walked around and I saw all these other whiskeys I really wanted to try, but we were running low on time. And I was quite inebriated at that point, so, and we gotta make it to dinner. Then we did, and then to finish off, we went back to Bow Bar, had these two whiskeys. If I'm being honest, I was already buzzed a lot, so I don't necessarily remember tasting notes on these ones, but neither of them really stood out that much. The Teenanic was interesting. It was a hogshead with Profile Wine Barrique finish. The signature vintage Glenrothes was okay. And then last day before heading out to the airport, I went to the whiskey shop. They have a lot of outfits in UK, England, Scotland. I don't know if they have in Europe, but they might. They do their own cask bottlings as well. So I tried the bottom three. I tried the Mannockmore 9. I tried the Lechake 7, Inchgour 6. No, Inchgour 9, sorry. And I bought the Inchgour and the Lechake. Really good whiskeys. It's a nice way to try different stuff. So it's a pretty cool shop. And then just before going to the airport, we stopped at Whiskey Rooms for a lunch, haggis and beer, Innisengun lager, and a final cheeky dram, which was a Craigellachie 13-year-old Bass Armagnac. It was good. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the original. So that was my journey of, I didn't put at Five Farms. I already also had their blended malt. That's my bad. I saw the last photo there. I put it up there. This is the Five Farms blended malt, and it has mostly Ardnamurchan in it with other stuff, blended malt. And I realized I stepped as well. We went to Johnny Walker Experience in Edinburgh, and we did the flavor of Journey, or Journey of Flavors, sorry. I did that before, but this time I took my brother and my parents, so it was pretty cool. And I tried the spring, the winter, and the autumn edition there. The winter was good, but I really liked the spring. And we tried the Harris Tweed, which is special because it's the first Johnny Walker blend that's been aged in the Princess Street building. Then met with Amy, Whiskey Amy Away from Instagram, and she's a follower on YouTube as well, or Vin's Discord service, and had at the bar the Clynelish 16 Four Corners of Scotland, which was an absolute delight. So, yeah, that's the amount of whiskeys. I didn't even get to the new makes at Holyrood. That was all another thing. So, this is what I had. These are what I was thinking of while I was drinking. So, thank you for joining me this. And my mystery dram is this. This is Fib. Come on, tell me you can see. Fib Mackmyra mulled wine cask finish. 8 years old, 40.8% ABV. Fib is an independent bottler. One of their founder, Aidan, passed away last year. Rest in peace. But they're doing some great stuff, and they're finding funky casks and stuff. And this is really interesting. It's a fruit salad on the nose. It's a mulled wine finish. I never had anything like that, but star anise, bananas, orange juice, fruit salad, like with kiwis, strawberries, bananas, apples, oranges, all in orange juice. And then on the palate, it's dry. It's incredibly sweet, but it's cinnamon sprinkled, banana candy, star anise, a lot of nutmeg. It's still on for sale at their website if you want to go check it out. What an interesting dram. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. This was an interesting one, hopefully for you as well. But this was my journey. And let me know if you've been to any of the places I described, drank any of the whiskeys I said, and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this kind of format. It's going to be happening every now and again, maybe. But other than that, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.